I probably won't put this on air. Is that a yes or no?
Are you sure?
Welcome to one more game presented by Who's Your Pickleball. I'm your host, Matt Brandenberger, alongside my glowing wife, Abigail. Nice face.
Why am I glowing?
I don't know, but that face was not glowing. So We're back. We are back after
We had a whole 2-week hiatus.
Was it 2 weeks or 1 week?
1 week, 2 weeks.
I think it was only 1 week. I think we only
feels like forever.
Really missed one episode, but
we needed the break.
We recorded on a Sunday night driving back, or on a Sunday, right? Driving back from Ohio. When was that? Was that 2 weeks ago?
I don't know.
So, anyways, but we're back. Hopefully, you didn't miss us too much. We did get some nice things. Some people saying,
nice.
"Oh, it's my Monday routine." Well, hopefully, this will make your day when it pops up, as long as we get it turned around. Because I might be up late.
It's 10 o'clock at night.
It is 10 o'clock at night, so we can't be here forever.
That means I have to get up early in the morning to post it. So
right, but it's all good. But a lot's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot.
We had a busy 2 weeks.
It's been a busy several weeks, but especially the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
I keep telling people that me getting the girls ready to go back to school is like Christmas season without any of the joy or presents.
No.
Just the madness.
The present is for you at the end when you have
go back to
some
school.
freedom, and now you have all of them in school.
Yeah. So, because we have to figure out whose jeans fit who, and what shoes do we need, and what shoes fit, and
school supplies.
And at our school, all 5 have a vastly different list of lots of things. Yeah. So it's like, and then hair. So I do hair, which Liv's hair took me 7 hours.
Oh my goodness!
And
you did
Parker's hair took
phenomenal
me
job.
8 hours.
You really did. And speaking of school supplies, let me give you some props and a thank you. You usually put that burden on me.
Usually, one time. Let's have this conversation.
Oh, gosh.
Let's do this now.
I was hoping this would be a nice thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
You really are jumping on me. I was saying thank you. Okay, I'm not going to argue with you, but it has been more than one time. It absolutely has. And I thank you for reading the room and knowing that there was no way I could put that on my plate. So you did not ask me to do it.
I did not ask you.
For the second time.
You're right. That 1 year I tore my ACL, you did it.
Whatever. I can for sure remember 2 years. So can we agree on
2? Yes.
Okay, maybe 2.
We will agree on 2.
I think it's more, but that's fine. But yeah, it's been a crazy couple weeks, and girls started school at the end of last week, middle of last week, and now tomorrow I feel like it's getting ramped up even more. So we, for the first time ever, will have all 5 girls playing different sports. I mean, they're all in sports at the same time. So
we've never done this before.
Yeah, so we're going to have 2 volleyball players, 2 softball players, and a soccer player, all with practices and games this week. So I literally looked at our calendar this evening. We still need to discuss that. We won't do that on air, but like how we're running back and forth. We could not do it without my parents. So shout out to John and Betty. Thank you for helping us get the girls where they need to be. But like pickleball is going to be really limited in the next
month,
season.
like September, because it actually winds down in October. So by October we'll be fine.
Right.
But September's going to be bunkers.
August and September.
The rest of August and September.
Yeah. But it's all good. I really am excited about all the girls' sports.
I do love watching girls play sports.
Yep.
My girls.
Yeah. So that's been kind of crazy.
Yes, that's crazy.
The last time we did have our pod, we teased some potential big news. So I think we should kind of go in order. We actually have 2 relatively big news items.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about both of them, but maybe let's start with the first one.
Okay.
Kind of the biggest one. Does that sound good?
Show them your shirt.
Okay. So this is my shirt, Ace Pickleball Club. is coming to Fort Wayne, and
we did a podcast a few episodes ago.
Yep.
Interviewing the owners.
Yes, of Ace Pickleball's franchise. So they're getting a franchise here in Fort Wayne, and then hopefully about 9 or 10 others throughout the Midwest. And I don't know how much detail we want to go into, but just it really was that podcast that led to this job offer. So just several things that are running through my head that I want to say about that. So first of all, we did that podcast on a Thursday night, and that next Friday, very next day, I reached out to Scott and TK were the two owners that were on with us. And so I reached out to Scott, really just trying to connect him with somebody else, with Randy Coleman.
About court design.
About court design, because I thought, this will be a good connection to make. And at that point, Scott kind of threw out to me the idea of potentially coming to work for them. And honestly, at first I was like, oh, it's, kind of flattering. That's cool. But, I have 5 little girls to support and a family. Yeah.
So 6.
Well, yeah. You're not so little. Sorry.
And like what people don't know behind the scenes is there was quite a bit of drama this whole summer that we don't need to go into about where you were going to work, and you had finally settled on a classroom at a school down the street. Right. And I
kind of want to talk about that as well, because some of my friends from Croninger Elementary might listen to this as well, because that's a whole part of it. Is I really am excited. Now I'm in my second week because school started, and I'm the TV studio teacher there, and absolutely loving it. Seriously have not enjoyed working so much in a long time, just with
your coworkers.
Yeah, just a fun group of people. It's been awesome, and this time it's kind of like bittersweet. So not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but
you had already kind of landed there, and you were very satisfied and excited.
Yeah. About the next season.
After quite a bit of drama this summer about where you were going to be.
Right.
We didn't know for months. Right. It seemed like.
What school was I going to end up with? I was still staying in Fort Wayne community.
So then to have landed where you landed, and then to have a twist then thrown at us, it was like, wait, what?
Yeah. So the principal actually, ironically, at Croninger, Rachel, said to me that Friday, I was just kind of telling her about this great podcast we had, and TK Herman, who's actually went to that elementary school, and was very generous with donating some esports equipment to the high school that's in our district, Snyder High School. I was kind of just excited about that connection. And she's like, you're really talking this guy up. You're not going to go work for him, are you? Just kind of half joking, and I just kind of laughed. Well, then that afternoon, I had the conversation with Scott, and the ball kind of starts rolling that, and this really
I have to feel, from my perspective, I was at Taylor University all day with Hannah at a volleyball tournament, and you called me. You're like, you have to call me now, and I don't have a minute or something. And I was like, oh, okay. Right. So I left the gym to give you a call. Yeah. And you're like, guess what? And I'm like, yeah. What?
Yeah. So it still is kind of surreal, because you had the date at one point when that was,
it was July,
mid-July.
I thought it was July 13th.
Was it?
Is that a month ago today?
Yeah, exactly a month ago today. It was 1 month ago today that kind of first conversation started.
I'm sorry, it was July 14th.
Yeah. Okay.
Wah wah.
Well,
1 month ago tomorrow.
This is released tomorrow, so there you go.
You're right. Oh my goodness.
But I don't know. It's still kind of surreal, but I don't want to get too sappy or whatever, but it's just been a tremendous blessing. Yeah. I'm so excited. Have had so many nice things that people have said about, they're excited for me. They think I'll do a great job. I'm so excited to work. So my title, I guess I should say that, is the director of...
Janitor.
Is the janitor. All of this hype, and I will be cleaning toilets.
Yay!
Yay, I'm so excited. But it's a pickleball facility. Now, that's hey, somebody has to do that, so appreciate it.
It'll probably be me.
Yep, it might be. But yeah, so excited about director of programming and events. But really kind of working along TK and Scott is what I'm as excited about. It's just a bonus that it's centered around pickleball. So, but yeah, the Lord has blessed us in this season for whatever reason. We were watching that quarterback documentary, and Kirk Cousins is just my new favorite NFL player. And he was just kind of talking in the episodes just about putting himself in good situations and, allowing the Lord to bless him. And I'm not perfect.
Not Kirk Cousins.
I'm not Kirk Cousins either. But it's fun to see, and it's a blessing to see, just some things work out here in this season of our lives. And who knows, a year from now, things might be different, might not have worked out, but man, it's a lot to be excited about.
I can't imagine that it wouldn't, though. That just really seems like up your skill set alley.
Yeah. My skill set alley. I like that. But yeah, but I'm just thankful even thinking
a great job.
Of just the path that this has led us to. I mean, just, you were instrumental in kind of connecting that podcast, the 260 guys.
It was my idea.
Yeah, you kind of got that together with Scott and said, let's do a podcast together, and that kind of made that connection. But then all the way back, I mean, I've only been playing pickleball like 3 years, and to think, like, isn't that funny to think about in 2020 when the calendar turned to January, we had never really played pickleball. If you would have said in just over 3 years, Matt's job is going to be centered around that. It's just unreal.
Right.
So
remember, we do have that old video of us in 2016.
That's true. We had played
with wooden
pickleball,
paddles,
but it was a nightmare. we did not look good.
Didn't look good.
And I don't think we were even 3-0s at that point.
No.
But yeah, just so many people around the Fort Wayne area, too many to name, but that have been good to us, that have been encouraging to us, and so it's kind of all led to this. It's just really, really fun, and excited to see where it takes us. I mean, Ace Pickleball is going to be the kind of premier facility east of the Mississippi. It's going to be the largest indoor facility, and the way Scott and TK are talking, we're going to do it right. We're going to have it be, just top class. So I think a lot of people are going to be coming through our doors, and hopefully it'll just grow.
I mean, pickleball should be an indoor sport.
Yep, we've said it.
I'm just going to say it.
And
there you go.
There you go. So that's exciting
Yeah.
news number one. Anything else to add on that?
No, I'm thrilled for you. I think you're going to really do a good job, and that seems like a job that you are good at doing. You have a lot of those good detail-oriented skills, so I think you're going to do a great job.
Well, thanks. I appreciate your confidence.
Yep. I'm nervous too.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, it's a new endeavor. It's a new adventure.
It's okay to be nervous.
Absolutely. And it is, like I said, bittersweet transitioning here next couple weeks. I'm going to be still in the classroom, and then I'll be kind of in and out for the next month after that, trying to make sure that the TV studio at Croninger is ready to go without me. And I'm gonna miss those people, the kids, the community. It is an awesome school. So anybody that's in the Fort Wayne area, if you can send your kids to Croninger, I'm just gonna say it's a great school.
It's a great school.
So yeah, that's our big news. Ace Pickleball. You'll probably be hearing more and more about.
I mean, because
Ace.
we hopefully are going to continue our podcast.
That's the hope. Yep.
More regularly, maybe still not weekly, but regularly. But maybe with a little different angle.
We're exploring all kinds of options because in our next segment we will take a break, but we're going to talk about our other exciting news, and maybe they all kind of come together. Maybe it's just kind of like a convoluence. What's the word I'm looking for there? A coming together of all kinds of exciting things that I don't know. It's just we're excited about this too. So let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll tell you part 2 of the exciting news for Hoosier Pickleball and one more game. Be right back.
Parents, your teen driver or soon-to-be driver looks to you for guidance on safe driving techniques.
Drive Alive is an organization dedicated to young driver safety. Visit our website at drivealiveindiana.org to view videos designed to facilitate conversations between parents and their teen drivers.
Topics include getting to know your vehicle, understanding car insurance, simple car maintenance, and what to do if you just had an accident.
Visit drivealiveindiana.org to learn more. Welcome back to one more game presented by Hoosier Pickleball. Before the break, we gave our exciting news of my new gig at Ace Pickleball Club, Fort Wayne. So more great news. I don't know. Are people going to enjoy this episode? I mean,
I'm enjoying it.
You are, yes. I mean, but it's about our updates. So we're going to have to title this updates or big and bigger news or something. I don't know. So.
Well, we have some things that people can follow along though.
Yeah,
we're leading into different connections that we have made.
Yeah.
With guests and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a future now.
So I don't think we can top the excitement because this is a life change, right?
Right.
But I will say the second news was about as excited as I've ever been, receiving a message. I won't
Were you
ever
that
forget.
excited?
Yeah, I was. Because, we shared past tense because now we have our separate Facebook accounts, which is kind of a new thing or a story in and of itself. Not really, just because of
we're now in two jobs where social media marketing matters, because before you were in the school system, I was in physical therapy. It did not matter what our social media was. Now that we are somewhat in a, it's not self-employed, but it's just more, it just matters now. Social media matters. So we had to split Facebook accounts.
Right. So yeah, it's just a side funny story with that. As soon as we did that, for some reason, it showed that you just got married.
I just got married August 9th.
August 9th. So it's your new anniversary.
Congratulations to me.
I don't know why it said that, but yeah, you got all kinds of congratulatory emails.
We did.
Yeah, that was funny. And tons of people every time, or whenever you separated or whatever, is is this you or did you get hacked?
I
So
know.
we've just been Matt Abby Brandenburger forever.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of
That was really funny.
But anyway, so when we still had the joint account a couple weeks ago, where I was upstairs working in the little makeshift office that I had for a few days, and we have a message come across. And backstory, you had been I'll be honest, almost kind of annoyingly trying to hype up this thing, and I'm we never win contests. So there was a contest that the Kitchen Pickleball put on.
Kitchen.
Go ahead and tell.
Well, the Kitchen group on Facebook with Jason Aspis and Jared Paul, they were
the largest pickleball community. Yeah.
They wanted a team for the YOLA Indoor Championships over Labor Day weekend in Orlando. They were going to put a team together. And they're tell us why you should be on our team. I'm okay. So I'm husband and wife team. We're super fun. Here's our dupers. And in fact, our dupers hadn't even changed yet. They were even lower than they are now.
Wow.
They're higher now. Wow. And, we have this podcast, whatever.
I don't think you even said podcast.
I did.
Because I was you didn't even talk about our podcast.
You edited it, though.
Yeah.
So anyways, then it was a couple days later, one of them said, okay, the response was overwhelming. We're now going to have a team Jason and a team Jared. Yeah. So, give us your spiel again. So I got on there again and I was okay, we have 5 daughters and blah, blah, blah. So really then it took probably a week and I we had
kind of given up.
Truly forgotten about it. Yeah. And I had even thought they've probably already picked somebody and it just wasn't us, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I just hear, I'm doing something and I hear to be honest, it was almost like a kid. I hear Abby, and I'm hearing what is this annoying sound? And Emmy's Mom, Dad wants you.
Yeah.
And I was oh. And so then you shouted from
we got picked. Yeah.
That was so crazy.
That was amazing. So yeah, so Jason reached out.
Team Jason.
Yep, we're Team Jason. Reached out to us and said, would love to have you on our team. And so here's the crazy part too. It's a team of 5, and he picked 2 other people, and they just happen to be 2 people that our friend Casey Ayatt knows out in...
Back in episode whatever, he was a guest.
Yeah.
Pickleball saved my life.
The addiction
Casey.
of his addiction story.
Yeah.
And they're friends of his from Idaho? Utah. Sorry. It's out west. No, I'm just sorry. Sorry, Casey.
It's all the same.
But yeah, so we kind of have a connection there. He's like, because Casey's like, hey, I know all 4 of these people. That's so funny. So yeah, we're Team Jason. We've picked out our paddles because we get a free Yola paddle with this. We're still working on...
We got some shirts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be amazing. So we're super excited about
Labor Day weekend, we're going to go to Orlando, and we're going to play in this 4-day team tournament with all the Yola pros. So like Ben Johns and Simone and Anna Bright and Colin. Probably others that I didn't name that I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they're playing... Yeah, they're playing in kind of a separate thing.
Own, right.
But yeah,
But we get to watch them.
Yeah.
I mean, we get to go watch them play because we're on a team. So
yeah.
So yeah.
So a fun opportunity.
And then we get a video camera. We have a...
Yeah.
Do we have a videographer following us?
Possibly.
Is that
So
for sure?
Ace Pickleball is doing a bunch of stuff on social as we're getting ready to kind of hype things up for grand opening, hopefully in December. And so there's kind of a media team that possibly might come down. We're still kind of working out some details there.
If they don't, that's okay.
Right.
We'll do our own media.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
But that would be a lot of fun. I did reach out to Jason, and we're going to have him probably on an upcoming episode, maybe even next episode or here in the next couple weeks. I'm not sure if we're going to release next week or if we're going to take a couple weeks.
Right.
So we'll try to keep it on Mondays when we do release, but look for us either next week or the week after. We're going to get Jason on the show to talk about the kitchen and maybe the process of...
Yeah, I mean, he's like kind of big time, I feel like.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of contacts and he's got a lot of experience. And
so we're excited to make that connection and see how, we can help build up Ace's brand as well through it all. So Jason's from the Atlanta area, and the Ace Pickleball Club's first location opened up in Roswell, which is right around Atlanta as well. So, yeah. So all kinds of fun stuff. The tournament itself, I don't know a whole lot about. Like, it'll be kind of interesting.
I've looked it up and seen the format and stuff. It's a little different, but
yeah,
I think
it's like of your 5 players, only 3 of them play.
And
right?
I'm the only girl.
In like the whole tournament?
Yes.
Possibly. So you're the eye candy. So you may not even get a play. I'm just kidding.
I think my duper's higher than Jason's.
Ooh, I don't know if you should say that. We might have to edit that out.
I'm going to say it, and then we're going to see if it's true later.
Well, who knows if it's true or not, but I guarantee...
Can I look it up right now on air?
Sure, I don't care. But that would be another example of why dupers sometimes don't really... Sorry, not giving you enough credit. So your duper is up to a 4.68. Mine just breached 5. I'm at a 5.06. Jason is a 4.52. I'm guessing he's way better than that, though.
Well, so am I.
And so am I. Dupers don't do anybody justice. Yeah, right. That's hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if you should be like talking crap about our team captain. Oh,
I'm not talking crap.
You just were hyping yourself up?
I was the only girl. I'm not the lowest duper.
Jason, listen, if you are listening to this episode and you are thinking about getting rid of us, I'm still in. I was not dissing your duper at all.
I'm not dissing anybody's duper. Okay. He has a fantastic duper.
Yes.
I just more fantastic.
Whatever. You're the worst. Oh, that's too funny. So we're going to be giving you more information on that. I would love to do even a podcast while we're down there, or maybe some live updates. I'm sure we'll be streaming those matches as well.
Oh, for sure. So that would be when you would probably either get on Hoosier Pickleball on Facebook, the page, not the group. That's 2 different things, and that is a cause of annoyance in my life. But whatever. So if you go Hoosier Pickleball page, that's where we will live stream probably our games.
Okay.
Or on.
Yeah. So when we anybody can stream on our group, and so that's like Matt Carpenter will often do that. Yeah. But when we stream them, we either stream them from our Matt Abby account, which if anybody out there knows how I can get rid of Abby, let me clarify that statement. Get rid of the Abby in the Matt Abby Brandenburger. That would be fantastic because I wasted like an hour of my life.
I have also wasted an hour of my life.
It's literally, I think, impossible. I think I am stuck forever
with me
being Matt Abby Brandenburger, and then you got your separate account. So, ugh. But anyways, it's
anyway.
Gonna be fun. Gonna be interesting.
So yeah, you also made a new friend.
Yeah. So I was trying to think any other pickleball news, or should we talk not just about like what's happening in our lives and all the fun, exciting things, but yeah, just any tips or tricks, or you want to talk about some new play?
You made a new friend.
I did. Yeah, a couple new friends. I've made lots of friends.
One in particular.
Yeah.
One in particular.
Right. So this is fun. Yeah. Jackie Kawamoto is a pro, and her boyfriend is a law student. Actually, just graduated from law school. Took the bar. He's waiting to get his results back, and he's doing, I guess he called it an internship. It sounds, but he's with a judge here in Fort Wayne. He's from, gosh, I should know this. It's like Wisconsin or Minnesota, like up there.
Apparently, we don't know states.
Yeah, my geography
of Illinois.
My geography is rough. I'm pretty sure it's Minnesota, but anyways, he is down here for at least a year. He told me today that it could be longer, I guess. But you talk about a solid duper score.
He's a 5.95.
5.95, and I think his girlfriend Jackie's is like 5.96 or 5.94. It's like 100th of a point off. I forget whose was a little bit higher. But anyways, the first time I played with Jackson was a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week ago. I don't know. No, 2 weeks ago when Jackie was in town. So she came and played with our, as Abby likes to say, exclusive guys group. But as Ryan Kern said, if you're a pro, we'll make an exception for you. So Jackie played with us. And
this sounds like I was upset. I was not.
No, you were not.
I am always in support of you and your man group, your man time.
My man time. So they played with us, and
so Jackie and the dudes.
It was impressive. Yeah. So Jackie and Jackson, and yeah, Jackson is legit for sure. Jackie obviously is as well. But I played with Jackson a handful of times just this afternoon. Had some good guys games.
So we want to get him on the podcast because...
Yes, absolutely.
And he's got some things. Because
the perspective, we always need the perspective of other players who play together but are married and or significant others. And yeah, he was telling me a little bit about their story. They played in a tournament, and that's kind of how he hooked up with her or first met her, as he asked to be in a tournament together. And I said, oh, and that's the only time you played? He said, no, we played in one pro event. They played in an APP together. And he said, that was one and done. She moved on to bigger and better things. And I'm thinking, holy cow, playing with him, and then to think there's another level above that. It's just, he's legit for sure. So, but we are going to try to get them on the podcast. Jackson said, this sounded like something you would say, which cracked me up. He said, oh yeah, I tell Jackie all the time that I have lots of really insightful things that the world needs to hear besides her.
I agree.
And I said, that's pretty much why we started this podcast, because
Awesome.
Abby felt like she had a lot of really insightful things that she wanted to say. So
I would like to know how they play together as a couple, because I think we need
really well is the answer.
I think we need to make an update and say we have not been great together recently.
It's true. You know what a fun game would be is to play them in mixed, and I put our over under at
2 points?
A point. If we got 2 points off of it, we would have to tell them, you have to try. You have to pretend every point that we score, you have to pay us $100. I want that to be your mindset. I don't want half-hearted.
We can't even beat Matt Carpenter and Kathy Zook.
That felt harsh as well. Can't even beat. Are you bashing on us or them
I don't
or
even
both?
know. All of us.
That's hilarious. All of us. And we can beat them, and we will beat them come Sunday.
At our big tournament.
Yeah. I don't know if we will or not, to be honest, because you're right. We have not been playing well.
We have not. You've said some rude things to me.
We need some counseling. We need some on-court counseling.
That's why we have different Facebook pages now.
I said one too many things. No, our marriage is in great condition, just for the record, and I don't want any of you idiots out there Facebook stalking my wife now, since I can't see all the messages. But no, that is...
You just need to be nicer to me on the court.
You need to listen to me, too.
This is why.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, it's been a little rough, not going to lie. Anything else you want to talk about? You want to...
No, I just think...
Insights you have for the world that they need to hear?
No, but I think that... I think we're going to have some really good things on the podcast in the future. I think we got some good things going, so...
Yeah, just got to find time to do it.
Yeah, stick with us. And, again, I think I said we're probably not going to be weekly, but we will regularly give, I think, good content, so...
Yeah. Yeah, we do have some guests kind of lined up that we are excited about.
So still subscribe, share us with your friends, tell them to subscribe.
For sure.
All the things.
And especially as we get going with more and more ACE stuff, and we're hoping to bring in some big tournaments.
We could have giveaways. Like, yeah. I've got visions for ACE of like MLP and Senior Pro and all the things, all of them.
So yeah, if we can bring some stuff in and get some big name guests on the pod as well, that'd be great. So it's crazy to think that like my passion, pickleball, is going to be like my day-to-day job. That those things that I barely have time for in the past, I'm now going to be able to go put more and more effort into. It's awesome. Very excited. Very blessed. Thankful for the opportunity. Thankful for all of you listeners and supporters as well. All right, should we end with something we love?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go back to teaching. This last week was my first week back in the classroom on a regular basis. I taught here and there for the last 10 years, just like kind of model teaching, but to have like my own students. Now, granted, I have every class, so I have 650 students that I see every week, which is a little insane, but just getting in the routine of teaching again has been a lot of fun. So it's kind of, again, bittersweet for me to be doing that now, but leaving that soon. But it's I'm not second guessing the opportunity.
No, you should not be. But it's okay to feel. Yeah. It's okay to feel a sense of loyalty to a previous job.
So what I am loving is teaching the kids, the community, Croninger in general. I really have loved my time there so far and look forward to the last few weeks.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah. So I have to say I am one of those moms that I love that my kids are back in school. Not because I don't love my kids, because I love them very much.
Nobody doubts that.
Well, but anyways.
Some people might doubt that.
Some people might. I don't know. But I feel like over the summer, it just feels like constant chaos. And so I don't thrive in constant chaos. So sometimes I just need a little bit of... My kids, all 5 of them, like to eat like every 32 seconds. And so when you have 5 kids, it's like the kitchen is constantly a disaster. And that just gets really hard for me. 3 months of that. So all of that to say, it's nice to have a little bit of just structure,
routine.
Yeah. My kitchen's not a constant disaster. The house is not a constant disaster.
Right.
We got sports coming, so I'm excited for that. So I know some moms like get all like weepy and nostalgic, and
not you, not this one.
No.
Tears of joy.
I'm like, have a great day, guys.
Yeah.
But they're excited too. They're all so excited to go back to school.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they really are, and I'm thankful for that. They love school.
They love their school, and
we love their teachers and friends and all that as well.
Yeah.
So very blessed to have a good school for them to go to.
Yep. If I had to homeschool them, I would.
You would, if you had to.
If I had to.
But thankfully you don't have to. All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode. We appreciate you joining us as always, and stay tuned again, maybe next week, maybe the week after, but we will be bringing you more content coming up on One More Game. See you next time. As always, we want to thank our sponsors, Hoosier Pickleball, Indiana Physical Therapy, and Pickleball Rocks. In addition, a big thank you to our production company, Coraggio Media, and the 95.7 WELT studio in beautiful downtown Fort Wayne. Please make sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, or find us on YouTube at One More Game Pod. That's the number 1 More Game Pod. Hit that subscribe button and be sure to leave us a 5-star rating to help us spread the word. You can also find us on Facebook and TikTok at Hoosier Pickleball for all kinds of fun, tips, tricks, and other family nonsense, and also some great discussion. Thanks for listening, and we will see you next week.